Alzheimer's is not just a disease of old age. Approximately 200,000 Americans under the age of 65 are diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. There's a simple way that you can actually step up to help. With us this morning is Jean Sobchak, also Danelle Hubbard. They join us from the Alzheimer's Association of Colorado with more. Thank you both for being here.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Jean, what is the Alzheimer's Association? Talk about who you serve here in Colorado.
Well, we're the Colorado chapter of the association, which is the premier source for information and services for people living with Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia, as well as their caregivers. We have 8 offices throughout the state, from Fort Collins through Pueblo, on the western slope, and throughout Metro Denver. And all of our programs and services are delivered at no charge to families in Colorado.
We love that. Give me an example of the scope of how big the problem is of Alzheimer's.
Well, it is the number 6 killer of Americans, and it's the leading disease, the only leading disease for which there is no prevention, no treatment, no cure. In Colorado, there are about 69,000 people living with Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia, and that number is expected to grow to about 92,000 by 2030.
Oh my goodness. Danelle, what's the most common issue that bring people together in contact with the Alzheimer's Association?
Yes, it's memory changes or challenges. Most of our calls are around concerns about a loved one or someone's concerned about themselves with experiencing memory changes. And, you know, there are normal changes that occur with aging. However, if you're experiencing frequent changes in memory, missing appointments, getting lost in familiar places, those are not a part of normal aging. And so we speak with people with those concerns around that.
Okay, let me give out that phone number right
Sure.
there. It's at the bottom of the screen. If you are experiencing anything Danelle just mentioned, 800-272-3900. That's 800-272-3900. You have a walk to end Alzheimer's coming up Denver Saturday, September 16th at City Park. What's it going to be like? Take me there. Who will participate?
Well, about 10,000 people from around the Denver metro area. We actually have 11 walks throughout the state in August and September, but the Denver walk is definitely the granddaddy of all the walks. And we encourage folks who have an experience with Alzheimer's, with dementia, or are caring for people today to go to our website and to register to participate or to make a donation.
Absolutely.
To the walk.
And that website is alz.org?
That's correct.
Okay, alz.org. Or again, you can call 800-272-3900. If you have one message to leave our viewers with today about Alzheimer's disease, what would that be?
Yeah, not all memory loss is the same. And severe memory loss that impacts a person's quality of life is not normal. They should call our helpline and speak with our trained staff and who can help them develop a better understanding of what they're experiencing and actually guide them towards resources that are available in their local community as well.
Danelle, let's go back to that 800 number that I gave
Sure.
out earlier. Who typically calls you? Is it someone that's extremely severe? Is it a family member that's worried about someone else?
So we get a variety of callers. So we get people who are concerned about themselves, of course, family members, caregivers, both professional as well as family caregivers. But we also get calls from businesses. They may have a client they're very concerned about and don't know how to bring up the subject. We get calls from physicians, emergency responders. So those are a variety of people. Anyone with a question or concern is welcome to call. It's confidential. Of course, it's free to get that support.
That's wonderful. 800-272-3900 at the walk, September 16th. What other activities or information will be available?
Well, the official program begins at 9, but we actually open our gates around 7 or 7:30, and it's at City Park again. And at that point, you will see examples of our programs and services that we offer there. There'll be many of our community partners will be there as well, who will be able to speak with folks about the services that they provide. And then at 9 o'clock, our ceremony begins, and there's a Promise Flower ceremony, which is really quite beautiful. And it recognizes people who are living with the disease, who've passed from the disease, who are caring for the disease, and people who advocate for the disease, and this beautiful display of different colored flowers.
Thank you very much for coming on the show and spreading the love. My aunt passed from Alzheimer's, so I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
If you or someone that you love is suffering from memory loss due to dementia or Alzheimer's, call the 24-hour support line. It's 800-272-3900. It's free. There's no charge for this service, and the trained professionals even have the capability to respond to inquiries in more than 200 languages and dialects. Show your support at the Denver Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's Saturday, September 16th at City Park. Now, the ceremony and walk begins at 9 a.m. Register online to walk or make a donation. Again, the web address, alz.org.